can't hear you.
Oh, God damn it.
No!
Alright.
Never mind.
No!
We should be good.
No!
Except for being able to hear us.
Oh. Okay, try now.
Hello? Not promising.
Alright, try now.
That's brilliant!
1020. Alright.
It's a cantrip.
I love that's what her reaction was. Like, everybody's laughing and she's just like, it's a cantrip!
Yeah!
Hey, Mikey, it's a cantrip!
Look at the damage tape.
That's
Bad damage.
Bad damage.
Bad damage is bad. No one likes this here damage, therefore it is bad.
Bad damage is bad.
How is my mic level for the stream? Do.
I can't promise anything, Julie.
What?
She said no big surprises, she has a knife in her hands because she's cooking.
Oh, who said chili?
I said Julie.
Oh, okay.
It's not everything is about you, Mike.
Jolene. I know that's not actually the name of the song, but it felt right.
I did it to her too. So.
No.
85
Cool damage. That is the scamliniest spell
Yes. No, it would technically be. I feel like it would be called more like the Blue Note.
Yeah, no, Scanlan needs a note, and it's just, if Scanlan ever did spells, he wouldn't have a named one.
Really quiet?
Like, he'd have some named ones, but then he'd also just have the blue note.
Oh, about now. Test.
Snicket, I'm so glad I changed it to
Testing. I got one other thing I can adjust.
like. Can I ask Quads if I was going to be in a game with you, besides this one, and I said I want to play a gunslinger monk multi-class character, what would you say to that?
Sure. It's weird, but...
I made one, and it's amazing, because with monk, you don't need armor, so you can, character-wise, he can look even more badass.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a really strong combination in terms of, like, you can basically be a gunslinger with no armor and stuff, so you're very dexterous, and they both run off dexterity very well. But by the same token, monks like to be up close, gunslingers like to be far away, so in terms of physical damage effectiveness, you're losing out on some of that, because you're never going to be as strong in one or the other. You have a lot of, like, wide-ranging capability, and you're going to be very hard to hit.
Yep.
And you're a very utility-based character, right? Which is cool. I think that's a good thing.
I can't wait.
I guess it depends on which monk subclass you go. But
I went Way of the Shadows.
oh, that's actually cool as hell.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it actually?
I just
Holy shit, I got there.
Woo! Can you hear us?
Test.
All it took was stealing the laptop from my upstairs roommate and then finding my old headset.
Okay.
But the important thing is, we got there. Sorry?
You can hear us though?
Yes, I can very much hear you.
Yay!
We're gonna officially start. Is the stream live?
Is it live? Is it Memorex?
We've been live.
Sexy. We've been live. Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool, I just wanted to make sure. So, we'll go ahead and get started now then. Only like 20 minutes late, it's fine, no big deal.
Welcome to
Everything's fine.
We will start off with a recap. So, the party arrived in Dragonix a few days ago on business given to them by Captain Kimte of the City Watch of Corellendale. They arrived and met up with Lieutenant Erlax, who he had told them to meet, who is a lieutenant in the guard in the city of Dragonix. and gave her some papers stating that there are some individuals in the city who are suspected of being potentially a part of a criminal ring. And so they did that. Lieutenant Erlax informed them that she would be taking care of that in 2 days, as she was off for the day, as it was evening. And the following day was the Parade of Souls, an important festival in town, during which basically no one worked. So the party decided that that was cool with them, and they would stay for the Parade of Souls, as after all, it sounded like a big fucking party, which it was, for a while. The party procured some beer, which they attempted to sell, and then learned that they couldn't because no one sells or buys anything during the festival day. It's all a spirit of sharing, and so they went to the parade grounds, made their way around, sort of just following the crowd, drinking, having a good time, hanging out with people, etc. They were informed by Lieutenant Erlax while there that she had actually gotten a chance to take a brief look at the papers that they had given her, and she mentioned specifically that one of the individuals, Pietrus Clawthorne, that was named on the papers, was also a victim of a recent crime in himself by a bandit of growing notoriety known as the Elven Rose, who seemed to only take from well-to-do individuals who seem to have maybe gotten there through less than scrupulous means. At that, they continued on and continued to make their way through the parade, at which point they found themselves and the parade set upon by a sudden onslaught of zombies and skeletons that arose from the graves nearby on the parade route, joined by a mysterious sixth individual, a red-haired elven woman, who they later learned was named Molara. You did tell them your name, right?
Actually, I never did quite introduce myself.
It was one a red-haired elven woman who didn't ever actually introduce herself. And managed to drive away the threat of the undead, as well as, in the process, kill a giant toad, among with a couple of other, a mud metal and a grayish, oozy substance.
I unintentionally murdered a toad.
My bad.
At this point, where we left off, Dax was making his way stealthily back to the tavern, while Molara and Derek are searching down a set of stairs in the mausoleum, and most of the skeletons, as well as the toad and mud creatures, came from, while the other three are currently just sort of in the mausoleum itself, not going either direction. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So, yes, that's right. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and start. Dax, you're making your way back to the tavern, is that accurate?
Yep, slowly.
Okay. Dax, or excuse me, Derek, Bree, Norman, Bree, and John, what are you doing at the moment? I know Bree was hiding in the coffin.
I was in the coffin.
I think the last thing I was doing was just being a sarcastic dick, so you can feel free to start on someone else.
What was I doing?
Alright. You were being a sarcastic dick with Norman, I think.
Probably.
Oh yeah, right! Yeah, we were making fun of the sneaksman.
Okay. Derek and Molara, you two have just come down the staircase in the back of the mausoleum to find yourselves in a place that looks something like this.
Oh, no, it's
Welcome to
actual pictures.
Skyrim, people.
Only slightly.
Derek, you can't see this because it's dark down here. There is no light. Molara, on the other hand, can.
Do you want light?
So if you remember correctly, she gave Garrick her hand, so now she's they're holding hands essentially.
Seeing high. It's seeing high elf, man.
Yep.
but if you wish, I can give us some light. I believe I have something in my pack that can help if you wish.
It might help the situation. I trust you in your judgment. It's just I feel like I'd rather see things for myself just in case.
Alright. And Mel will take out one of the drift globes and use it.
Okay. So Mel pulls out a small translucent orb from a bag that she has at her side. She then says a quick word in Elvish, and the orb begins to float just in front of her and glow with a soft light, emitting some light around her. Eric, you see in about the passageway that's about 5 feet on either side of you, 5 feet across, and about 7 foot tall. So it's fairly cramped. And in all of the walls there are spaces, basically indentations, about 7 feet long, 1.5 tall, dark spaces, some of which have skeletons and what appear to be humanoid remains in them.
Watch for drummer.
This is certainly morbid.
I mean, we kind of came down into a mausoleum. I'm not exactly surprised. I wouldn't go vacationing here, but I mean, can't expect much more.
True enough, but one always hopes for a better atmosphere. Did you want to wait for your companions, or did you want to move forward?
Can they hear what they're doing up there?
Just sitting there being dicks.
You can hear voices, you can't really hear any specific words or anything.
I honestly don't know what they're doing up there. At the very least, we can see what's going on, and if it's something we can stealth back and report.
As you wish. Shall we then?
We shall.
Okay, so if you guys begin stepping forward, you see in a few feet ahead of you, you come to basically a four-way intersection. The spot that you're on, to the left, to the right, and forward.
Perception check up in this!
What are you perceiving?
Everything!
That's not very specific. You're gonna have to go more than that.
The infinite universe!
I want to see everything.
I want to see everything.
All of the things.
Wank. She's gonna look down to see if how far she can see if she sees any doors or hallways, or if it's just identical, like any changes. Would you like investigation or perception?
I will tell you in just a moment. Give me a second here.
I have an idea too, but I'm gonna wait.
Quick test. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. It's something to open my character sheet on a different page.
And
Or a different device.
Wait, what do you see?